how do I set up my Starlink when I'm camping? What do I use to power it? I'm gonna show you right now. What I do is slightly different than some people do, but hey, it works great. I'm former CI officer Jason Hanson, and I love the outdoors, I love camping, and a lot of times I'm going completely off the grid and don't want to be bothered, but other times, maybe we're going for a week-long camp, I've got to have access to the internet, I need to get on my laptop, I need to work, and that's when I use the mini Starlink. So here it is, and mini is the name, doesn't take up a lot of space, which is nice. I can slip this in one of my bags so it doesn't weigh a ton. Right here is my laptop, so I'll show you this. I mean, this is my MacBook, nothing fancy about that, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up. It's easy, it doesn't take that long. Let's get to it. All right, first, you obviously have to have the Starlink. You got to make sure you have a clear view of the sky. Where we're at is pretty clear. We'll see if this works. It should work where we're at. It was working earlier. And then it comes with this super long cord, which is nice. So obviously, if you were running this out of your house or out of a van or, I mean, a RV or whatever, you can move this far and put this in a clear space. As for me, like I said, I'm relatively clear view of the sky, so I should be fine. And of course, it's already been tangled in a rat's nest because you can see I've used it a time or two. All right, it's got to have power. We're gonna get your power. Well, again, you could plug it into an RV, you could plug it into your house, but camping in the middle of nowhere, I'm not having an RV and I don't have my house. So you can get a solar generator. I like to do a version, my own version of a solar generator. And the way that works is, let me stand up here and move my chair for a second. One, I've got my battery, you know, nothing fancy. The good thing about the Starlink is that I think it's a max of 50 watts that it uses. So it's not using much power at all. I mean, only 50 watts. It's barely anything. So I've got a battery here. Again, this is just a regular battery, nothing fancy. I do own many more better batteries like the Optima Yellow Top and what is it, Battleborn batteries? I think that's what it is. I can't remember. So I have a ton of batteries for a battery bank and other stuff, but I just brought this one here. So I've got that. Of course, I've got my first aid kit, a big one. Yes, I have 7 kids, so I've got a lot of stuff there. Let me get that out of the way. So I've got my battery next. I've got to have an inverter. So again, because this is the setup I'm using, instead of having like some fancy solar generator, like I said, this is my own version of it. This is an inverter. I think this one is a 400 watt inverter. Pretty sure it's 400 watts. Yeah, it is 500 watts. I was wrong. Okay, 500 watt inverter. So all I've got to do is I take my negative to negative, clip it on the battery there, positive to positive, clip it on there, and then I can plug in my rat's nest of a cord that I've created. Let me find the end of my cord. Where did it go?
A few moments later.
Here it is. I'll plug it in right here, go upside down, and it's in, and then I turn it on. So if you came up here, you could hear the fan. So I can tell that it's on, the fan is going. We'll just set it here, it doesn't really matter. We'll set it on top of there. So that is it. That is literally all the setup you need. You could use some small solar generator, you know, a 300 watt one, 500 watt, whatever. You wouldn't have to have the battery and the inverter separate, but this is what I like to do. I do own many other solar generators, but I like having backups to the backups to the backups. Okay, so now we're set up. Next, what we got to do is you have to have the Starlink app on your phone. So let me go to the Starlink app, and it says connecting, it says searching for satellites. Starlink found a satellite and is attempting to join the Starlink network, optimizing connection. So we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. The beauty of the Starlink is it doesn't take that long. So you're pretty quickly up and running. Okay, now it's saying calculating orientation. It shows we're like 80% of the way done. Okay, yes, okay, there we're good. I'm up, that's it. Starlink is connected. I've got power. The fan is humming. I could run this forever again because this is only using 50 watts. Then where did I put my laptop? Right here, my laptop bag. So if I wanted to, I could sit here, pull out my laptop. Now, of course, I didn't bring the, or I don't have it right here. I could plug my laptop into my inverter, but again, I don't use it that much when camping. I'm not gonna plan on using it that much. And pretend like I'm fake typing. Now I'm screwing my computer, hold on. Anyways, so that's it. That's how simple it is. I like Starlink because, of course, even though where I live, the power doesn't go out that much, but sometimes we get brutal winter storms and it knocks out the power, the internet's down. Well, the internet's not down for me because, of course, I just go, I mean, with the extra long cord, I can just go roll this out in my yard. I can get an extension cord if I need more length, and then I'm up and running with the internet. So it works, it's nice, it's a great backup option. For the place that I get Starlink, and I recommend recommend where I got this from is spysatphone.com. That's where I get all my communication stuff, including, where is it? Oh, Bivy Stick, which turns your cell phone into a text messaging device anywhere in the world, meaning if you have no cell phone service, you download the app. It allows you to text anywhere in the world. And then, of course, my satellite phone, because I like to be prepared. And when I go camping, I want to go camping in the middle of nowhere, which is why I've got my Bivy Stick, which is why I've got my Starlink, and which is why I've got my sat phone. Again, all these are from spysatphone.com. So consider getting this. It's awesome, makes life easier. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go back to having fun and roasting some hot dogs. If you have any questions, let me know. Stay safe, go in the great outdoors, and God bless you.